clamorous report of war, thus will I drown your exclamation.
Art thou my son?
Aye, I thank God, my father, and myself.
Then patiently hear my impatience.
Madam, I have a touch of your condition that cannot brook the accent of reproof.
Oh, let me speak.
Do then, but I'll not hear.
I will be mild and gentle in my words.
And brief, good mother, for I am in haste.
I have stayed for thee, God knows, for the agony.
And came I not at last to comfort you?
Oh, by the holy rood, thou knowest it well, thou camest on earth to make me out of my hell. A grievous burden was thy birth to me. Touching and wayward was thy infancy, thy schoolmate, frightful, desperate, wild, and furious, thy prime of manhood, daring, bold, and venturous, thy age confirmed, proud, subtle, sly, and bloody, more mild, but yet more harmful, kind in hatred.
If I be so disgracious in your eyes, madam, let me march on and not offend you.
I prithee, hear me speak.
You speak too bitterly.
Hear me a word, for I shall never speak to thee again.
So?
And then thou wilt die by God's just ordinance. And from this war thou turn a conqueror, for I with grief and extreme age shall perish and nevermore behold thy face again. Therefore take with thee my most grievous curse, which in the day of battle tire thee more than all the complete armor that thou wearest. I pray, when the adverse party fights, and there the little souls of Edward's children, whisper the spirits of thine enemies and promise them success and victory. Bloody thou art, bloody will be thy end. Shame serves thy life and does thy death attend. No firmer cause, yet much less spirit to curse abides in me. I say amen to her.
Stay, madam, I must talk a word with you.
I have no more sons of the royal blood for thee to slaughter, for my daughter's riches. They shall be praying nuns, not weeping queens. And therefore level not to hit their lives.
You have a daughter called Elizabeth, virtuous and fair, royal and gracious.
And must she die for this? Oh, let her live, and I'll corrupt her manners, stain her beauty, slander myself as false to Edward's best.
Wrong not her birth, she is a royal princess.
To save her life, I'll say she is not so.
Her life is safest only in her birth.
And only in that safety die her brothers.
All unavoided is the doom of destiny.
When avoided grace makes destiny. My babes were destined to a fairer death, if grace had blessed thee with a fairer life.
You speak as if that I had slain my cousins.
Cousins indeed, and by their uncle cousins of comfort, kingdom, kindred, freedom, life. No doubt the murderous knight was dull and blunt till it was whetted on thy stone-hard heart, to revel in the entrails of my lamb. My tongue should to thine ears not name my voice, till that my nails were anchored in thine eyes, and I in such a desperate bay of death, like a poor bark of sails and tackling rest, rush all to pieces on thy rocky bosom.
Madam, so thrive I in my enterprise and dangerous success of bloody wars, to lead thy daughter to a conqueror's bed, to whom I will retail my conquest won, and she shall be sole victoress, Caesar's Caesar. What were I best to say? Her mother's brother would be her lord, or shall I say her uncle? Oh, he that slew her brothers and her uncles. Under what title shall I rule but thee, the God, the law, my honor and her love can make thee pleasing to her tender years?
Tell her
the king that may command increase.
That at her hands which the king's king forbade.
Tell her she shall be a high and mighty queen.
To veil the title as her mother does.
Tell her I will love her everlastingly.
But how long shall that title ever last?
Sweetly enforce until her fair life ends.
But how long shall her sweet life last?
As long as heaven and nature lengthens it.
As long as hell and Richard likes of it.
Your reasons are too shallow and too quick.
Oh no, my reasons are too deep and dead. Too deep and dead for rippers in their graves.
Not on that string, madam, that is past.
How far still shall I till heartstrings break?
Now, by my George, my garter, and my crown,
Profaned, dishonored, and the third usurped.
I swear.
By nothing. For this is no oath. Something thou would swear to be believed. Swear then by something that thou hast not wronged.
Now by the world.
Tis full of thy foul wrong.
My father's death.
Thy life hath thou dishonored.
Then by myself.
Thyself is selfless you.
By then by God.
God's wrong is most of all. What canst thou swear by now?
The time to come.
God's wrong in the time of past. The children live, whose fathers thou hast slaughtered, uncovered you to wail it in their age. The parents live, whose children thou hast butchered, old, bone, flesh, to wail it with their age. Swear not by time to compass that thou hast misused their youth, by times ill-used or past.
As I intend to prosper and repent, so thrive I in my dangerous affairs of hostile arms, myself confound. Heaven and fortune bar me happy hours. They yield me not thy light, nor night thy rest. Be opposite all planets of good luck. If with dear heart's love, immaculate devotion, holy thoughts, I tender not thy beauteous, princely daughter. In her consists my happiness and thine. Without her, to myself and her, yourself, the land, and many a Christian soul. Death, desolation, ruin, and decay. It cannot be avoided but by this. It will not be avoided but by this. Therefore, dear mother, be my attorney till I love to her. Plead what I will be, not what I have been. Not my deserts, but what I will deserve. Urge the necessity and state of time, and be not peevish fond in great design.
Shall I be tempted of the devil thus?
Aye, if the devil tempt you to do good.
Shall I forget myself? To be myself?
Aye, if thyself's remembrance wrong thyself.
That thou didst kill my children.
But in your daughter's womb I bury them. For in that nest of spicery they will breed selves of themselves to your recompense.
Shall I go win my daughter to thy will?
And be a happy mother by the deed.
I go. Write to me very shortly, and you shall understand from me her mind.
Bear her my true love's kiss. And so farewell. Relenting fool and shallow changing woman.
My lord,
How now, what news?
my gracious daughter, on the western coast rideth a puissant navy, who are sure strong many doubtful, hollow-hearted friends, unarmed and unresolved to beat them back. 'Tis thought that Richmond is their admiral, and there they hull, expecting but the aid of Buckingham to welcome them ashore.
Some Lightfoot friend posted the Duke of Norfolk. Ransom myself and Catesby, where is he?
Here, my lord.
Catesby, fly to the Duke.
I will, my lord, with all convenient haste.
Ratcliffe, come hither. Post that of Salisbury. When thou comest thither, dull, unmindful villain, why stayest thou here and goest not to the Duke?
First, mighty liege, tell me your highness' pleasure. What from your grace I shall deliver to him.
True, good Catesby, bid him straight muster all the Stanley at Salisbury.
What may it please you shall I do in Salisbury?
What wouldst thou do there before I go?
Your Highness told me I should post before.
I changed my mind. Lord Stanley, what news?
None good, my liege, to please you with the hearing, though none so bad, but well may be reported.
Hoy day, a riddle, neither good nor bad. What needest thou go so many miles about, when thou may tell us thy tale the nearest way? Once more, what new?
Richmond is on the sea.
Well then, let him sink. Be the seas on him. White-livered renegade, what doth he there?
I know not, mighty sovereign, but my guess.
Well, as you guess,
Stirred up by Dorset, Buckingham, and Ely, he makes for England, here to claim the crown.
is the chair empty? Is the sword unswayed? Is the king dead? The empire unpossessed? What heir of York is there but we? And who is England's king but great Yorkshire? Tell me, what makes he on the sea?
Unless for that, my liege, I cannot guess.
Unless for that he comes to be your liege, you cannot guess. Wherefore the Welshman comes, thou wilt revolt and fly to him, I fear.
No, my good lord, therefore mistrust.
Where is thy power then to beat him back? Where be thy tenants and thy followers? Are they not now upon the western shore, safe conducting the rebels from their ship?
No, my good lord, my friends are in... The fear of that holds off my present age. So let thee God commend me to thy lord. With all save that the queen hath heartily consented, Richmond shall espouse Elizabeth her daughter. But tell me, where is princely Richmond now?
At Pembroke, or at Harford West in Wales.
What men of name resort to him?
Sir Walter Herbert, a renowned soldier, Sir William Stanley, Oxford, redoubted Pembroke, and Resac Thomas with a valiant crew, and many other of great name and worth. Towards London do they bend their power, if by the way they be not fought withal.
Hie thee to thy lord.
Hastings and Edward's children, Grey and Rivers, holy King Henry and thy fair son Edward, and all that have miscarried by underhand corrupted foul injustice, if that your moody discontented souls should through the clouds behold this present hour, even for revenge, mock my destruction. Will not King Richard let me speak with him?
No, my good lord, therefore be patient.
This is All Souls' Day, Ratcliffe, is it not?
It is?
Why then, evil flame.
My most loving friends, thus far into the bowels of the land have we marched on without impediment, and here receive we from our father Stanley lines of fair comfort and encouragement. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boar that spoils your summer fields and fruitful vines, swills your warm blood like wash, and makes his trough in your emboweled bosoms, this foul swine, is now even in the center of this isle, near to the town of Leicester.
And even here in Bosworth Field, Sir William Catesby, why look you so sad?
My heart is 10 times lighter than my looks.
My lord of Norfolk,
They must graciously.
Norfolk, we must have knocks, must we not?
We must both give and take, my loving lord.
Up with my tent, here will I lie tonight. But where tomorrow? Well, all one for that. Who has described the number of the traitors?
6,000 to 7,000 is their utmost power.
What are the valiant rebels that have come? Besides, the king's name is a tower of strength, which they, upon the adverse faction once, up with the tent. Come, noble gentlemen, let us survey the vantage of the ground. Let's call for some men of sound direction. Let
Lead with heavy in my soul tomorrow. I that was washed to death with fulsome wine. For Clarence, by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle think on me. Fall by edgeless swords, spare and die.
Thou offspring of the house of Lancaster,
The wronged heirs of your forth to pray for thee. Good angels guard thy back. Live, flourish.
Let me sit heavy in thy soul tomorrow. Rivers that died at Pomfret, despair and die. Awake and think our wrongs in Richard's bosom will conquer him. Awake and win the day. Bloody and guiltily awake, and in a bloody battle ends thy day. Think on Lord Hastings, despair and die. Quiet, untroubled soul, awake, awake. Arm, fight and conquer for fair England's sake.
Dream on thy cousin smothered in the tower. Let us be led within thy bosom, Richard, and weigh thee down to ruin, shame, and death. Thy nephew's soul, pretty despair and die. Sleep, Richard, sleep in peace and wake in joy. Good angels guard thee from the border noise. Live and beget a happy race of kings. Edward, thou hast
Blue, it is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand to my trembling flesh. What do I fear? Myself, there's none else by. Richard loves Richard. That is, I am I. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes, I am. Then fly. What, from myself? Good reason why, lest I revenge myself. Upon myself, alack, I love myself. Wherefore? For any good that I myself have done unto myself. Oh no, I rather hate myself. For hateful deeds committed by myself, I am a villain, yet I lie. I am not fool. Of thyself speak well, fool. Do not flatter. My conscience hath 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale, and every tale condemns me for a villain. Perjury, perjury in the highest degree. Murder, stern murder in the direst degree. All several sins, all used in each degree. Throng to the bar, crying all guilty, guilty. I shall despair. There is no creature loves me, and if I die, no soul will pity me. Nay, wherefore should they, since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself? Methought the souls of all that I had murdered came to my tent, and every one did cry tomorrow's vengeance on the head of Richard.
My lord?
Do go there.
Radcliffe, my lord, 'tis I. The early village cock hath twice done salutation to the morn. Your friends are up and buckle on their armour.
I have dreamed a fearful dream. What thinkest thou? Will our friends all prove true?
No doubt, my lord.
Oh, wretched, I fear.
Nay, good my lord. Be not afraid of shadows.
By the Apostle Paul, shadows tonight have struck more terror to the soul of Richard than can the substance of 10,000 men oft improve and led by shallow Richmond. It is not yet near day. Come, go with me. Under my tent I'll play the eavesdrop out to see if any mean to shrink from me. Not to me more than to Richmond, but the self-same heaven that frowns on me looks sadly upon him.
Armour, Lord, the full votes in the field!
Vassal comparison, my horse. Call up Lord Stanley, bid him bring his power. I will lead forth my soldiers to the plain, every man unto his charge. Let not our babbling dreams affright our souls. Conscience is but a word the cowards use, devised at first to keep the strong in awe. Our strong arms be our conscience, swords, our law.
enforcement of the time forbids to dwell upon. Yet remember this, God and our good cause fight upon our side. The prayers of holy saints and wronged souls, like high-reared bulwarks, stand before our faces.
What shall I say more than I have inferred? Remember whom you are to cope withal, a scum of vagabonds, rascals, and runaways. Hark! I hear their drums! Fight, gentlemen of England! Fight, brave yeomen! Draw archers! Draw your arrows to the head! Spur your proud horses hard and ride in blood! Amaze the welcome with your broken staves! What said Lord Stanley? Will it